as a coach, why not ask questions about the past? I mean, it seems like it could be very helpful to say, what did you do the last time this happened? What is the best way you've ever reacted? That may be a better question there, but just thinking about what have you done in the past? Let me give you 3 reasons why I don't think it's as helpful as you think it is. One reason is that the brain works in a way that I feel like you have 2 main gears for your client's brain. One is evoking awareness, like a test question, like, when has this happened to you before? They're looking for a specific event in the past. It's a very focused query. It only has 1 or 2 answers to it. It's not open-ended. It's not a wide question. And so I think when you look for that, you put the brain into the gear of looking for information that you already have, as opposed to discovering how this information and this information and this information might create some new awareness of what's true about all of them. So when you put the brain into a past, thinking about the past, and discovering something that has taken place already, one answer, you really do set your client's brain into that mode. If you want to later have them do a lot of discovery, it is difficult to get them out of that mode. You've already put them in that mode. That's what they're expecting. That's what mode they're expecting to be in. So you do not want to put them into a past thinking gear because they get stuck in that gear. That's one reason. Let me give you another one. The current situation is not exactly like the last situation. You can look at the past and think about it, but this one has more nuance. And so instead of going to the past, I would much rather expand the nuance of the current situation. What is different about this situation than something in the past? That still may be looking at the past, but it's doing so in a way of discovery and thinking about what's different, not what was the same. A third way to think about it is to consider a more mature response. I feel like we think, oh, here's how I responded before, I should respond that way again. But I'm always looking to develop, and I like this word, it seems like a negative word in some ways, but to mature my client's response so that it is a better response in many aspects, whether that be it solves the problem, it develops the person, it creates a healthy relationship, it lets me use my strengths in an even greater way than I've ever used them before. I like the idea of thinking about maturity. And so just looking at the way I did in the past, if I have to look in the past, I'm thinking, in what ways could I respond more maturely? That requires some really deep, expansive thought. So when coaching talks about don't look in the past, it's because it stops us from thinking as deeply and expansive as we can how we could truly respond well in the current situation. Be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any of our great content.